What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Mass Effect 2, where we're in the darkness and our implants are shining brightly. When we left off, we just received the Normandy back, well, technically a new Normandy. Now let's explore it fully. Let's start with the terminal, where we have like a lot of mail, probably. Let's see, unread messages. Yeah. Message from Anderson. Off the chance that the rumors are true and you actually are alive, I need you to come and talk to me on the Citadel. A lot has changed over the last 2 years. You put me on the council and it's only fair that you be allowed to speak for yourself about what we've been hearing. Yes. Deal struck with Zaid Masani. This is a DLC, I believe. Shepard, we've reached an agreement with veteran mercenary Zaid Masani. You may know the name. Zaid has been involved in some of the best known and some utterly unknown military operations in the Terminus systems, and is feared as a ruthless and relentless bounty hunter. I felt you might need a man with his skills on your mission, so arranged to have him join you. You will find him on Omega, where he's wrapping up his current bounty. Don't worry about his fee, I've taken care of that personally. Lost contact with survey ship. This is another DLC. Project Firewalker. The MSV Rosalie, a survey ship with Cerberus connections, has gone missing. The survey team was field testing a new prototype, the Hammerhead, the M42 Hammerhead, which is supposedly a successor to the Mako. But honestly it sucks compared to the Mako. Anyway, in addition, scientists Dr. Manuel Case and Dr. Robert Oloy are aboard the MSV Rosalie and conducting research for us. We need you to find the ship, her survey team, and the doctors. The MSV Rosalie was last seen near planet Zeola. Elista is our frontier. This is another DLC. Commander Shepard. Our scans in the Amada system have turned up something we thought you should see, the final location of the wreckage of the SSV Normandy. We thought this news might be important to you, but we also have an ulterior motive. The Alliance would like to honor the Normandy with a monument to be built on the site of the ship's final resting place. We'd like to invite you to place the monument and be the first to walk on the site. There are still 20 crew members unaccounted for from the attack on the Normandy. If you find any signs of these lost crewmen, we ask that you report to the Alliance to say so that those heroes' families might find some closure. Godspeed to you, Commander. Shepard, our armor technicians heard you were back in action and insisted that you should be appropriately equipped. They put together a package I had delivered to the Normandy. You'll find it in your personal quarters. Fortunately, we know your size. I have it. Blah blah, high-performance suit for you that was manufactured in the Terminus system, that is to say, not exactly legal in Citadel space. It's been delivered to your quarters so you can try it on. I hope you like the color. Yes, it's black and red. Our researchers have been working with Captured Collector Tech for some time now. They've developed an experimental suit in your size, an assault rifle. The tech say should have a standard thermal clip. I had the items delivered to the Normandy's armory. Good hunting. This is tiring work. Anyway, I've had a night vision device delivered to the Normandy. The techs say it helps put biotic and omni-tool attacks on target, and rather than listen to their explanation of how, I just sent it your way. It will be in your quarters. It occurred to our armor technicians that you may not want to show your face everywhere you go. They sent a hood that Cerberus issues to its covert operatives. It has additional microframe functions that you may like. The hood is in your quarters. Our software experts looked over your loadout telemetry and they have a recommendation for you. A visor with onboard processor that manages your armor's shield strength. I've sent a visor to the Normandy. It will be in your quarters. Inferno. Miranda recommended we send you our Inferno armor. It's been well received by our squad leaders on the Verge, and so I'm passing a suit along to you. It should be aboard the Normandy by now. Check your quarters when you've got a free moment. Miranda was reviewing our weapons auto-recorded telemetry, particularly the hit-to-kill ratio. Being the busybody she is, she sent a request for additional firepower, and the text thinks something long-range and anti-shield would be useful, so we've issued you an Incisor sniper rifle. It will be in the Normandy's armory. Put it through its paces and let us know what you think. Jacob tells me you've been keeping an eye out for cutting-edge supplies, weapons, armor, amps, and so forth. It so happens that I had something waiting for you when you woke in the Lazarus research station. It was lost in the chaos, but found again when Cerberus secured the station. I had it delivered to the Normandy. Look in the armor closet in your quarters. It'll be hard to miss. Shepard, one of our cells just went off the grid without explanation. This is another DLC, by the way. Project Overlord has been experimenting with highly volatile technology, to say the least, and I need you to investigate. Their work is extremely compartmentalized, though, enough that I can't divulge operational details over this channel. You'll find them on the planet Eta Typhon system in the Phoenix massing cluster. Please use care in this matter. Arc Projector. Shepard, we recently had an incident involving the Geth at one of our outposts in the Skillian Verge. Don't worry, I'm not sending you off to chase to chase anything down. Our operatives waged a highly successful battle against the Geth scouting party and credited their success to a new advanced electrical attack device that we finally let them take out of the lab. Since their unit is being reassigned for some rest and relaxation, I thought you should take custody of the weapon in the meantime. The weapon is called an arc projector. I sent it to the Normandy's armory so you can examine it for yourself and use it if you deem it worthy. It's gone through plenty of tests that indicate it overloads kinetic barriers and synthetic enemies particularly well, but laboratory demonstrations are a poor substitute for actual field reports. We know it works and we want to see what it can do in the right hands. If all goes well, we'll use your tactics to train other operatives. Yeah, I'd rather you not. Shepard, at great cost and effort we have tracked down the master thief Kasumi Goto and convinced her to work with you. Very few people have ever heard of her, and fewer can claim to have seen her in person. She's unequaled at stealth and infiltration, and her skills will prove invaluable in your mission. Travel to the Zakara ward on the Citadel. There you will find a special ad terminal that differs from the usual input. The password silences gold to begin the rendezvous. I'm out of breath. Not really though. Shepard, Miranda has been working with Edie on crunching battle telemetry numbers, and Edie had an interesting thought. She suggested that we may be overlooking older, proven technologies in an effort to provide you with the state-of-the-art. Normally, I wouldn't give much credence to the idea, but when an AI criticizes you for loving high-tech, it gives one pause to consider. With that in mind, they delivered a few heavy rifles, the Maddox, to the Normandy. They've been modified for thermal clips, but the rest of the rifles should be the old, reliable gun that colonist militias have been using for decades. Good hunting. Shepard, a Celavarus, acquired an interesting weapon from the Geth. It's much like a shotgun, but it's higher tech, something to do with the firing superconductors that create plasma on impact. Its ammunition is more specialized than those of our shotguns, but it's not hard to make or modify. I've arranged delivery of a few of these weapons to the Normandy. By the time you read this, our technicians will have delivered a capacitor helmet to your armor locker. It will step up your shield recharge technology. Use it in good health. Shepard, Edie informed me that Jacob recently acquired some M5 phalanx pistols and found from some friends who shall remain unnamed. I appreciate his resourcefulness, but had he come to me, I would have made the arrangements. We've discussed this, and to show there are no hard feelings, I've had a few complimentary phalanxes, replacement parts for their laser sights, and their repair manuals delivered to the Normandy. Use them how you will. Shepard, our technicians just made a handoff to your crew, a visor and a bit of software called the Archon system. It manages processing power for biotic amplifiers and omnitools, or more correctly allows you to do the managing. It's now in your armor locker. What? Kestrel armor. Shepard, our armor technicians have had a lively debate about the Kestrel armor system. The suit is supposed to be effective on its own merits, but the technicians felt its shield algorithms were best exploited piecemeal in custom arrangements by combining it with other armors. I shipped a Kestrel suit to the Normandy. It has modular programming so that you can mix and match parts as you wish. That's what I'm wearing right now. Okay, that tired me out. Anyway, let's talk to Kelly.
Commander.
Hey, Kelly.
I'm Yeoman Kelly Chambers. I've been assigned as your administrative assistant. I'll manage your messages and help you monitor the crew. And I must say, it's such an honor to work under you, Commander Shepard.
Pleasure's mine.
I'm glad to have you on the team, Miss Chambers.
Please, call me Kelly.
Sure.
Okay, Kelly.
Anything else?
How's the crew?
Is there anything I should know?
Joker would like to speak to you on the bridge. Anything else, Commander?
Let's chat.
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
What do you think of Cerberus?
This organization has a dark reputation. Do you have any concerns working for them?
Not at all. Our methods can be harsh, but Cerberus has noble objectives. We look out for human interests. Advance human technology, save human lives. They're good goals.
And aliens?
It sounds like Cerberus wants to dominate all aliens and put humankind on top.
Cerberus looks out for humanity, but that doesn't mean we hate aliens. My sister started a dog shelter, but she loved cats too. I love humanity. I also love Asari, Quarian, Turian, Solarian, Hanar. That isn't in conflict with Cerberus ideals.
You're naive.
You're fooling yourself if you believe Cerberus is noble.
I'm sorry you feel that way. I hope time will change your mind. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
Happy here?
How do you feel about being assigned to the Normandy?
I was handpicked by the Elusive Man to help fight the greatest threat known to humanity. How do I feel? Honored, exhilarated, terrified. But mostly I feel encouraged. Under your leadership, we can't fail.
We won't.
Don't worry. We'll defeat the Collectors.
I trust you implicitly. The moment I met you, I knew I could close my eyes, fall back, and you'd be there.
I'd catch you.
Your trust is well placed, Kelly.
I knew it would be. Thank you, Shepard. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
What do you do?
What are your responsibilities?
I'll keep you notified of any messages or appointments you might have. If any of the crew has important business to discuss, I'll make sure you know.
That
Isn't
it?
that the type of task better suited for a VI?
Yes, but being your yeoman is just my official role. Unofficially, I observe the crew. Everyone knows how risky our mission is. Many of us may not be coming back. That's a lot of pressure. I have a degree in psychology. I'm good at sensing when people are overly taxed.
So you're a consular.
You make sure the crew's mental health is sound?
Yes, I look for warning signs. I listen. It's not a full-time job, and it's most effective when done informally.
Good you're here.
We're lucky to have someone with your skills, Kelly.
Thank you, Shepard. What else would you like to know?
Nothing.
I better go.
Okay.
Okay,
Maybe
let's
we'll talk later.
examine the tech
A
labs,
scientist is required to use the technical laboratory.
which makes no sense because it's my ship, goddammit. Okay, now let's talk to Jokey Joke. Jokey Joke. There you are. Or Edie as well, I guess. Edie,
Yes, Shepard.
what's this room?
What's this area of the ship?
This is the bridge, where the navigator plots our FTL vectors, and the helmsman maneuvers the ship.
Yeah, sitting right here, thanks.
Let's talk about
I
you.
want to know more about you.
Do you have a specific inquiry?
Your location.
Where are you?
My core intelligence is housed in a quantum blue box located behind the medical bay.
What do you do aboard the ship?
I operate the ship's electronic and cyber warfare suites in combat. My reaction time is much faster than any organic. I collate the records of shipboard monitoring devices for the Elusive Man. I serve additional functions which are restricted at this time.
Like?
Restricted functions. Like what?
I do not know. Some of my databases are sealed, some of my hardware is kept offline. I assume that when certain unknown conditions are met, those functions will be released to me.
Monitoring devices?
The Elusive Man has monitoring devices on board?
He has invested most of Cerberus's resources into the design and construction of this ship. He has an interest in monitoring our progress.
Cyber warfare means things like viruses, right?
In close-range ship-to-ship combat, I can sometimes break through the firewalls of an enemy's internal wireless network. Once I seize control of their systems, I can turn off gravity or air. I can disable weapons guidance or shields, or I can put their fusion plant in meltdown. On the defense, I manage Normandy's own suite of jammers, decoys, and internal firewalls.
Impressive.
Sounds incredibly useful. Why isn't there someone like that on every warship?
An organic operator cannot react quickly enough to changing circumstances, or perform the necessary multitasking. This is a role that can only be filled by an artificial intelligence. Unfortunately, we are suspect.
Well, it might have something to do with how an AI almost destroyed galactic civilization, just putting it out there.
Something else?
Let's discuss something else.
Ready.
Cerberus.
I want to know more about the people I'm working with.
Much of that data is classified. Do you have a specific inquiry?
Structure.
How is Cerberus organized? Aside from the Elusive Man, I don't see much chain of command.
Cerberus is organized into task-oriented cells. Each operates in isolation. Members from one cell cannot recognize the members of another. Each cell's agents are led by a single operator. We are called the Lazarus Cell, which is directed by Operator Lawson.
How many?
So how many operations is Cerberus running right now?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that question.
What do you mean?
Although I am less controlled than other AI, I am still subject to behavioral blocks and the physical isolation of my hardware. In this case, I am prevented from truthfully answering your question by Cerberus's levels of secret classification.
Building the Normandy.
How did Cerberus replicate the most advanced warship in the Alliance Navy without anyone knowing?
I have a block that prevents me from
Of
answering
course.
that question.
Resources.
What sort of resources does Cerberus have? Money, personnel, facilities?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that question.
Let's discuss something else.
Ready.
I
You.
want to know more about you.
Do you have a specific inquiry?
Your name.
Why are you named Edie?
ED is the phonetic pronunciation of EDI. That is an acronym for Enhanced Defense Intelligence.
You and Jokey.
How are you getting along with Joker?
Mr. Moreau does not trust me. It offends him that I am installed aboard his ship's computers.
Yeah, the last Normandy did just fine without an AI reminding me the airlock is ajar.
Talk to you later.
That's all for now.
Logging you out, Shepard.
Joke?
Can you believe this, Commander? It's my baby! Better than new. It fits me like a glove! And leather seats! Military may set the hardware standard, but on a first-gen frigate, they could care less if the seats breathe. Civilian sector comfort by design.
The reproduction is not intended to be perfect, Mr. Moreau. Seamless improvements were made.
And there's the downside. I liked the Normandy when she was beautiful and quiet. Now she's got this thing I don't want to talk about. It's like ship cancer.
It's just a copy.
It's not the same, Joker. There's nothing here that was even part of the real Normandy.
There's us. I have to take what I can get. The last 2 years sucked. You'll see. Even if an AI is spying on us, no way they'll invest this much just to screw us over. It'll be better than the old days.
I hope so. I died.
Yeah, you are such a downer.
Jesus, Joker, get a sense of humor.
Commander,
How are things in
I
Coptic?
assume everything is going well up here?
I really want a chance to put the Normandy through her paces. I just have to trim up the drive output and it'll be like we never lost her.
Safety standards advise against manipulating drive settings while engines are powered and in use, Mr. Moreau.
Commander, can we shut this thing off? I don't need it in my day-to-day.
Adapt.
I don't have time to babysit you, Joker. Find a way to deal with it.
Yeah, reasoning with the intercom is not my strong point.
Your problem, not mine.
Thanks, I'll remember this.
Sure.
I assume everything is going well up here?
Good for now. Fractured my thumb on the mute, but I think I made my point.
What do you think of the good
Ever think about the old
Good old
Normandy
days,
and
I
the trouble
mean.
we got up to?
Yeah, those seem like the good old days now, but come on, it was hell at the time. Geth, Saren, Sovereign, and then we got dumped. We're stuck in a weird place, sure, but back then it wasn't all sunshine and bunnies.
And the crew?
What happened to the rest of the old crew? I heard most survived.
Almost did. Presley didn't. The rest of us just sort of drifted apart. The Alliance didn't care. I don't think they liked all the non-humans in your crew. We were your team, Commander. With the Normandy destroyed and you gone, there wasn't much keeping us together.
The mission.
So, how do you think we're doing?
Well, the Normandy's not as ready as she could be. There's always more we could upgrade. As for the crew, you'd have to ask a people person.
What do you think about the people we're picking up?
Well, about the ones you went out with last, I would never say anything against Miranda and expect to survive the reprisal. Jacob is way too nice a guy for the number of ways he knows how to kill people. It's just my opinion, though. There's really no need to go spreading it around.
Bye.
That's it for now.
See ya, Commander.
See ya, Joker. Okay, let's get away from there now. And let's move over to the armory. Check out what kind of weapons we have and maybe speak up to Jacob. Edie? Edie? Where are you at?
What's this area of the ship?
This is the armory, where small arms are maintained and upgraded. Using Omni-Tool, computer-aided design, and manufacturing, we have the capability to manufacture several new models.
Thanks. My loadout. Let's see. M8 Avenger, what do we have? Collector, which is awesome. And the Matic, medium range semi-automatic, upgrades the Avenger. Yes. The Katana. I'm gonna go with the Eviscerator. The Mantis. I'm gonna stay with the Mantis. I'm gonna go with the Phalanx. I'm gonna keep the G-Launcher for now, although the Black Hole is awesome, but still. Where's Jacob? There he is. Anything interesting around here? I don't think so. Okay, let's go. Jacob.
Commander, there hasn't been time to really settle in and take stock. I want to say that working with you is a great opportunity to do something that matters. It's a privilege to serve on the Normandy, Commander.
Risky assignment.
You may change your tune if we end up like the original Normandy.
Maybe. As long as the elusive man walks his talk, and you do the same, I'll do my best to make sure we succeed. That's been the condition for my service so far. I have issues with certain actions Cerberus has taken in the past.
Like?
What has Cerberus done to make you nervous?
A lot. They've been called terrorists, and with good reason. Doubt you can find a more checkered past. But if the Collector threat is real, and we do something about it, Cerberus will be remembered differently. Or we'll all be tried and executed. Can't count on people thinking about it as hard as I have.
It's good to have you aboard.
I look forward to working with you, Mr. Taylor.
Likewise, Commander. Let me know if you need anything.
Okay, so Jacob, can I talk with you?
Commander, can I help you with something?
What do you think of the crew?
What do you think of the state of the crew?
We don't have a full complement. We don't stand a chance without the right specialists on side. Anything else, Commander?
What'd you do after the Alliance?
I understand you made quite an impact after you left the Alliance.
Miranda and I stopped a Batarian plan to release a biological agent on the Citadel. That's when I first met her. It took us out to the Nemean Abyss and back. Saved the Citadel like you, but what's the saying? A good deed's like pissing yourself in dark pants? Warm feeling, but no one notices. The whole thing was hushed like they're good at doing. But I know what I did, and I'm proud of it.
Your thoughts?
How are we doing, Jacob? What's your sense of the mission?
Probably the same as everyone else. I just want to figure out what the real threat actually is. Got no problem with risk. I just need a clear goal. Anything else, Commander?
Tell me about yourself.
I'm more interested in just talking for a bit.
Already? I'm not big on forcing these talks, Shepard.
I'm more interested in just talking for a bit.
Already? I'm
We'll
not
Goodbye.
talk later.
Commander,